almost like a minor deck in that regard.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's get into the top 8. Well, really, the top 6, because we had 3 clans going here. So we have a top 6 this week. So again, sign up at Super Magical Cup, play in the qualifiers. You could be here next week, and don't worry about the in-construction studio, because in about a month we're going to have the coolest set. We've already seen it. You cannot believe how cool it's going to be. You're really going to want to be a part of Super Magical Cup, so sign up. Let's get into the top 6. Rainy, we got Godly Love versus Trainer Chris. We have a relatively new name on the scene, Godly Love, against one of the most accomplished tournament players in the game right now, Trainer Chris. What do you see in these 2 decks?
So, minor deck with the Inferno Tower. I mean, this is kind of... I feel like Trainer Chris is building a deck that is just very, very vanilla. Again, right? Like, he has 2 of the 3 legendaries, but it's not a triple legendary deck. He's kind of got the mini P.E.K.K.A. and the guards. He's using
sort of looks like Pompeo's deck, but not really.
Yeah,
kind of thing.
yeah. It's kind of like I think he's just leaning on playing better than his opponent to defeat him. There's not really a particular edge, but there's not really a particular weakness to his deck either.
I think this game is going to come down to minors and poisons, because I don't see how either deck is going to significantly make like mini P.E.K.K.A. or like mini P.E.K.K.A. progress on each other. I don't see how these musketeers and mini P.E.K.K.A.s and princesses do significant amounts of damage with all of the poisons, fireballs, towers, etc. on each side.
Yeah.
So we'll see how this game comes down, but my estimate is that this might be a grinder, buddy.
Yeah, maybe. And I'm really interested to see how Trainer Chris makes this, or Trainer Chris.
Trainer, yeah.
Trainer Chris makes this deck work.
So here we go, right away. I think actually what might be key for Godly Love is actually that Musketeer, because the Musketeer can shoot down princesses. It can work not just on defense, but as a very powerful offensive card. I mean, an unanswered Musketeer does a ton of damage. Was that the point? Oh, I see. He kind of... I think he wanted...
Oh, he's trying to make a read.
He's trying to make a read there. That was a little bit of poker we saw.
Yeah, but I think it was a good bet that was kind of hedged. Or I don't know if that's the right term, because the furnace was there. He was going to get the fireball on both the furnace.
Right. I think that was exactly it. Right. He's thinking like, well, I'll at least fireball the furnace, which might be something that I'm interested in doing, and there's a decent upside that I get like anything. Right.
Yeah. Interesting. But Godly Love takes all that damage and chooses to play a collector.
Ooh, I like Trainer Chris trying to go on the inside there,
he's trying to make
outthink it.
He's trying to make.
Keep in mind, guys, one thing that I've noticed is, obviously a lot of minor in the environment right now. Minor is getting nerfed in the next balance update. Supercell confirmed the deploy time was an accident. So right now, minor has a deploy time of 0.7 seconds instead of 1 second. Every card in the game is a 1 second deploy time, unless it's like a Expo or something. That minor accidentally is 0.7. It was just keyboard fat finger, something like that. Oh, no. So it will be replaced back up to 1 second, and I think that we're going to see a lot less minor. Maybe not a lot less, but minor will be easily countered, so you'll see more variety, I guess. In the defense.
In this situation, the minor would attack onto the guards instead of the collector.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's the difference. Yeah.
I mean, a third of a second's huge, right?
Yeah. All right. So far, it's going just as planned, Rumham. Both players
fireballs
are
and
slapping each other with wet noodles.
Big shout out though to how well the furnace is. The furnace has chipped through a little bit of damage here and there.
Yeah.
Look at that Musketeer that we talked about. That Musketeer, I mean, that's
like 3 shots?
3 shots is 500 damage, right? That's significant.
Yep. Interesting. So this time, Trainer Chris did the same move. Instead of using Fireball, he used Zap. He's going to I'm going to try it again, but do a lower risk, lower commitment.
Notice, do you see this little buggy thing happening with the tower there? On the Fire Spirits against the Inferno Tower, the tower is shooting at a Fire Spirit, but it's like not connecting. Like it's like shooting at the first Fire Spirit, it's dying, and then the arrow just like hits the ground.
Yeah, that's weird.
That's allowed the Inferno Tower to actually take hits from the Fire Spirits of the furnace.
Yeah. And man, Trainer Chris actually with his consistent minor on the tower and not the furnace has actually chewed through quite a lot of health on that tower.
At some point, you got to actually punch someone through, and if you're eating poisons and fireballs all game, like you're going to have to start minoring the tower. Yeah. I think this is a good situation for him to actually be able to minor the furnace in the back and then maybe still hit the tower, but oh no, not against all this.
No. Uh-oh.
Not like this. Yeah, this is it, buddy.
There's a lot of cards coming down.
That Musketeer's just shooting.
Oh, God.
Godly Love with the upset over Trainer Chris in Game 1.
He has 4-digit cards won in tournaments, but he's still beating people up.
Ooh, buddy. All right, well, let's go to match number 2. Boop, boop, boop.
And I'm interested to see what Trainer Chris's alternate deck is.
And here we are. Game 2 of the match. So Godly Love had to switches to the Pompeo triple legendary deck. Yep. Trainer Chris opts to stay with the same deck.
Okay, interesting. So maybe this is the deck he identifies as his stronger deck.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, at least it's the one he's certainly more familiar with, and if he's going down swinging, right?
Yeah. That's always something really interesting to me from him, and I sometimes wonder how well the players know.
We should ask them that. Like, I'd love to ask them some of the logic behind, like, if you just lost with the deck, do you play it again or do you switch, and why? And we're back in the bone pit, fella.
Oh yes.
Arena 2, the driest of arenas.
Oh gosh. Oh, nice.
Great
really
defense.
Nice. Yeah.
I mean, I think.
He made the read.
Oh, I don't like those guards there, but again, or the guards ate the fire spirit attack, but hey, it might not be elixir efficient, but you protected your tower from taking any damage, which can really add up.
Yeah.
I think so. We got Godly Love. Let's see how I mean, honestly, it's going to come down to how well Godly Love, I think, plays the Miner.
That was a good zap. I mean, goblins are a really, really, really good answer to Miner.
Yes.
Aside from the fact that Zap takes him down immediately. Right. Ignoring that part, it's a really actually...
Oh, and another good defense. The Mini P.E.K.K.A. defends against the Miner again. And you can see, like, that collector in the middle, I believe, now has survived 2 separate Miner attacks. Yeah. And that really adds up. Like, so you see, we're talking about Lumberjack, right? Like, look how much Mini P.E.K.K.A. is already not going to get there. Yeah. Lumberjack dies even sooner. A Rage goes down, and you're like, you know, what do I do? Do I run guards into that just to use the Rage? I mean, it seems kind of bad, right?
Yeah. The question is if you can justify playing something alongside that Mini P.E.K.K.A. as it's moving across the bridge. If that's a situation, right? And that comes to elixir management, right? What decisions you make with your elixir.
It also could come down to just more cards, right? Like, we've seen cards in the past that maybe aren't great right when they're released, but shortly after the release, some other cards come along to supplement it. I could see Lumberjack doing really well with some other card later.
Yeah. Ooh, oh, exactly what we're talking about. The guards are guarding the princess.
Yep, there you go. That's all they do.
It's like, we're best friends. Oh, nice.
And they did a good job. Even though the Miner did get through on the collector,
Princess does way more damage.
Princess does infinite damage, buddy. Look at this thing go.
Yep. You mad. Godly Love's mad. That was good.
That would have been
really
a good time.
Princess play.
Of course. Like, and especially Chris, if he wanted to, could have dropped his Princess down to shoot Godly Love's Princess and actually keep that pressure up. And actually is going to opt to do that. Yeah. So here comes the Princess down. Now, if you see... Godly Love just got out of that. Just got out of that annoying, like, oh, man.
Oh, no.
Good guess. And the Fireball knocks the Mini P.E.K.K.A. back. Oh, just for one more hit. But look at that.
The splash, maybe?
Yeah, it will.
One
more shot? No, it does.
Oh, he gets one more shot. God. Nice. All right.
Once again, Mini P.E.K.K.A.
going to do a good job.
Trainer Chris is not falling for it this game as much as he was last time. And those Miners gots to go.
Yeah. What I always find so hilarious.
That once again, the Princess Trainer Chris has really have the Princess advantage in this game.
Nice, and the Fireball done and done. Now just
and I think he might even hit that. Oh, and they're going to trade off there too.
Oh, good. He's using the extended drop zone to make sure threats don't come across the bridge.
And the Mini P.E.K.K.A. is a little late. Oh no, it's right on time that time. There you go.
Zap. Oh, nice. Play it safe.
Yep.
Very good.
You might need that zap later.
Yeah. And it's done. It's over. Trainer Chris does it. Nice.
Ties it up. 1-1.
Solid play, and that's what we were talking about like with a vanilla deck with a balanced play style. It's just all about making the right decisions. Trainer Chris defended those Miners very, very handily, protected his elixir collectors. He guarded his princess well, and just like made sure that every single elixir that he was committing to the board was getting good effectiveness.
All right, and here we go. We've got game 3 of their matchups. Let's do the match preview real quick. Trainer Chris's other deck is the giant poison deck that we saw earlier against the Miner Furnace. Again, I think this comes down to how, I mean, we saw Trainer Chris defend his elixir collectors really well last game. I think we might be another one of those where if he can get his collectors out, get the big push out, can overcome this Furnace deck. I think we saw Godly Love beat someone earlier who managed to not do that very well. They went off the, I think it was Grizzly or whatever, went off the collector plan, kind of forgot that. So let's see if Trainer Chris does it any better.
You know something interesting that just popped in my head that just thinking about, when you play a Goblin Barrel, for example, on your tower, the goblins separate.
Yes.
I wonder if that would be a really good Miner defense if you played it on your elixir collector, if you could get them to surround the elixir collector.
That's a good point.
I wonder if that's a thing.
Again, that's another reason why I think Goblin Barrel is one of the more underrated cards right now, is that there's a lot of weird utility things that people haven't quite discovered. If you remember, it took a while for people to realize that you could use skeletons to defend against like Minion Horde by pulling half the horde across the field. It just wasn't an obvious interaction, right? That I could see people trying out more Goblin Barrel stuff as time goes on. I mean, Goblin Barrel is actually great at, like Miner, at attacking Elixir Collector. Yeah. So you can actually Miner and throw Goblin Barrel, not even at the same plot, but like in different sides, and they have to figure out what they're reacting to.
Yeah.
I love the poison or fireball to go along with the Miner, because not only do you take the tower down, but look at that, those barbarians are done.
Yep, and this musketeer is gonna. Oh no, giving up on the job.
The tower's got him. Yeah, the musketeer didn't even need to be played, to be honest. It was nice.
Yeah.
The split fire spirits.
I didn't even know that could happen.
One was drifting towards the barbarian,
yeah,
and then it went away.
I was like, how does that even happen?
This is a pretty sizable push, yeah, even without the elixir collector.
Guards against guards, and the princess is in the back.
And the musketeer looks like she might be defended. Oh, she does! So the musketeer
Chris
gets to shoot
again. I mean, princess guard combination is really doing well for Trainer Chris.
Yeah. I mean, it takes so many shots. Look at this. Each thing takes 4 shots to kill, so they're taking 2 shots each now, even after the zap.
Uh-oh, miner walking across the map, but there's nothing to help.
Good. Yeah, the miner itself isn't too threatening. It's only doing 40 damage a shot, or 64 damage a shot, I'm sorry. But that allowed him to play the elixir collector, knowing that at the very earliest, it's a full cycle away. Yeah. And do you even want to poison this side now? When the other side is down to 1,200 health, the poisons kind of have to start going towards that side if you want to win in the next minute and a half or whatever.
Yeah. And you're already down on your side. You know, it's not like you have all the time in the world, just in the sense of your opponent's going to defeat your tower, so once it hits that overtime and you're down 1 tower, you lose.
But this could work for Godly Love here, because if Godly Love can just build up a defense against this push, it'll naturally have units in the lane to counter push with, and even low health musketeers or whatever will be good enough with a miner to take down that tower. Ooh, that princess into the guard seems really strong.
Is it in range of... Oh, no! It's not in range of the furnace. It walks into the...
Oh, and it survives!
It's okay. Oh,
the princess looked like she was about to walk in and die to the poison, was able to survive there.
Yeah.
Ooh, again, not look. Oh, actually, good barbarians, and the barbarians dodge the poison pretty much altogether.
Nice, and another princess outside of the poison radius, and this might hurt Godly Love a lot. Oh, the miner. Okay.
Oh, pulls back some of that stuff. Oh no, the guards do not survive in a poison very long.
Yep. Yep. But the Giant makes it.
Ooh, that's it. I mean, this is the difference we were talking about between Giant and Lava Hound. Yeah. Lava Hound does not really kill a tower with any real speed, but a Giant, if it makes it there, can do significant damage. And of course, the unzappable guards are helping. Like guards are more than skeletons, less than goblins in terms of their attack. But we know how scary goblins are when they lock onto your tower. And is there enough time left? Oh, this wasn't enough time for the poisoned miner to take it down.
So Godly Love, as expected from Tournament Cards Won, he made a good first attempt. Won 1 match, but was not able to take the series, and Trainer Chris will advance.
Trainer Chris advances 2-1 after losing, game 1 to Godly Love. Hey, congratulations to Godly Love. Come back for the future tournaments for sure.